Yo, good evening, everyone in the USA, all over the world, Canada, Long Island, aka Strong Island, plus the five spots of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, and Queens. I'm your man, G Money Stacks, aka Lonely Nomad, aka The Gregonator, aka YouTuber, host with the most, and rookie podcaster of Queens, New York. And you are now tuning in, rocking with Off the Meat Rack Chainz New York podcast, episode 97. That's right, 97. After this episode, we're like 2 episodes away from 100. So how about that, man? And if you guys are new to the channel, whether you are a new listener and a YouTuber from the YouTuber universe, and you miss any previous episodes whatsoever, don't worry, I got your back. So check this out. You need to go grab the subscribe button alongside with enabling alerts with the notification bell so you can be reminded of when the show goes on the air live via live stream. And also make sure you leave a like and a comment alongside with the topics and the episodes that are being discussed. Stay tuned for more video content, upcoming episodes, previous episodes that's already recorded will be uploaded and posted to the YouTube channel page. Download your favorite episodes. Make sure you share the episodes, share the videos, tell a friend to another friend, and of course, I will go over the audio streaming platforms on the go where you can actually get an idea on where to listen to the episodes on audio streaming platforms, which I will gladly be able to go over it with you. So, without further ado, let's get into. I mean, I'm not gonna get into mental health checking today, but let's jump into um, let's jump into chatting on the jazz, shall we? Our first topic right here, right, is going to be based on a terrible incident that happened at Oxford. So we're going to go over what went down. So this is what happened. In case certain people don't know, so we're going to check out what happened here. So this is according to the New York Times. A 15-year-old student was charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder and terrorism. His parents face involuntary manslaughter charges. A gunman opened fire at Oxford High School in Michigan on November 30th, shooting 11 people. 4 students were killed, and several others were left critically and seriously injured. His name is Ethan Crumbly. A 15-year-old student was later arrested in connection with the shooting, the authorities said. He was charged he was charged the following day with 1 count of terrorism causing death and 4 counts of first degree murder, which could lead to a life sentence if he is convicted. This shit reminds me of the Sandy Hook incident years ago. And this was like what, between 5 and 9 years ago that happened. That shit is crazy, and I'm gonna explain why this is similar to what happened to Sandy Hook. Um, anyway, um, yes, on December December 3rd, prosecutors took the rare step of filing involuntary manslaughter charges against his parents, James and Jennifer Crumbly. Oh man, I don't know why Crumbly is their last name. I don't know why. Don't ask me. um, so yeah, saying that they had bought the semi-automatic handgun that he used to carry out the deadly rampage as a Christmas gift, which is very dumb, by the way. That's some dumb shit, man. This is far the worst, dumbest idea to get a gun as a fucking present for Christmas. You have to be the dumbest idiot to actually do some shit like that. And the reason why I actually compare that to the Sandy Hook thing is because people like this idiot um who has this crazy notion to terrorize people. And it's like, what is it? Is it jealousy? Is it insecurity? Is it bullying? Nobody knows. I mean, this shit doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why are you terrorizing people? And for what? And then your parents has to pay the price too. You did the shit, not them. And on top of that, the parents were responsible for buying the gun for this guy, the semi-automatic weapon. Like, this is crazy, man. And I blame the fucking NRA for this shit too, man. And speaking of the NRA, let's continue where we left off here. The deadly gunfire in Oxford in Oakland County, about 30 miles north of Detroit, added to a growing list of shootings on school grounds in the United States this year after a lull during the coronavirus pandemic when many schools held classes remotely. Um, the shooting was the deadliest this year, according to Education Week, which tracks such shootings. Many details, including a motive, remain unclear. Here's what we know. What happened at the school, of course, at 12:51 p.m. on November 30th, um, which was about 2 weeks ago, the authorities received the first of more than 100 911 calls about the shooting. The suspect emerged from a bathroom and started firing at students in the hallway. The authorities said after viewing security camera footage of the attack. When students at Oxford High School first heard the gunshots, they rushed for cover and used chairs to barricade themselves behind classroom doors. Within 5 minutes, the authorities said 11 people had been shot. Man, I was just kind of sitting there shaking, said Dale, um, what is it? Schmellenberg, there we go. Schmellenberg, age 16, who said he was in calculus class when his teacher heard a gunshot and locked down the classroom. I didn't really know how to respond. The gunman fired about 30 shots with a semi-automatic handgun before being apprehended by deputies in the school hallway, the authorities said. Michael McCobb, the Oakland County under sheriff, said the suspect who had been in class earlier in the day gave up without any problems. Investigators were looking over many hours of security camera footage to track the suspect's actions. Sheriff Michael Butchard told reporters, but his targets appeared random. Investigators had not determined a possible motive for the shooting, which the sheriff described as absolutely brutally cold hearted. What do we know about the victims? On the night of the shooting, the authorities identified those killed as Hannah Hannah St. Julia, age 14, Madison Baldwin, age 17, and Tate um, Meir, um, age 16, who died in the sheriff's squad car while on the way to the hospital. A fourth student, Justin Schilling, age 17, died the next morning at the hospital. Madison was described by her grandmother as a beautiful, smart, sweet, loving girl and was considered a talented artist. Tate was a linebacker and tight end on the school's football team and had recently earned an all region award. Justin was on the boys bowling team. Hannah played on the volleyball and basketball teams. The six injured students range in age from 14 to 17, officials said, and a 47-year-old teacher was grazed by a bullet. What do we know about the suspect? A few details are known about Ethan Crumbley, a sophomore at Oxford High School and a resident of Oxford Village, a suburb of fewer than 3,500 people. When she announced charges against his parents, Karen D. McDonald, the Oakland County prosecutor, gave a detailed account of his alleged actions leading up to the shooting. On the morning of the November 30th shooting, she said the suspect's parents were urgently called into the high school after one of his teachers found an alarming note he had drawn, scrawled with images of a gun, a person who had been shot, and a laughing emoji, and the words blood everywhere and the thoughts won't stop. Help me. The day before the shooting, a teacher had been seen had seen the suspect searching online for ammunition for the gun in class, which led to a meeting with school officials, the prosecutor said. During the video arraignment, the authorities told a judge that investigators had recovered two videos from the suspect's cell phone, which were made the night before the attack. The student is seen talking about shooting and killing students the next day at Oxford High, they said. A journal in his backpack also detailed his desire to shoot up the school, the authorities said. His lawyer entered a not guilty plea on his behalf. The authorities said that they did not believe that the students had planned the shooting with anyone and that they were still investigating. What charges does he face? The suspect was charged as an adult with one count of terrorism causing death and four counts of first degree murder, which could lead to a life sentence if he is convicted. Prosecutors said that the suspect had planned the attack well before the incident. Okay, we're not on mute, guys. Don't worry. Um. Okay, so yeah. Prosecutors said that the suspect had planned the attack well before the incident. I am absolutely sure after reviewing the evidence that it isn't even a close call, said Karen D. McDonald, the county Oakland County prosecutor. It was absolutely premeditated. Miss McDonald said she had decided to charge the suspect as an adult because of the severity of the crime and her belief that it had been planned. Why did prosecutors charge the suspect's parents? The 9 millimeter Sig Sauer handgun used in the shooting had been bought by the suspect's father 4 days before the shooting, according to the authorities, who said that his mother had referred to the weapon on social media as her son's Christmas present, which is pretty dumb, by the way, man. That's pretty dumb, man. Um. Anyway, although many underage school shooters arm themselves with guns from home, the adults responsible for the weapons are rarely charged, experts say. But the prosecutor, Ms. McDonald, said she believed that gunman's parents bore some responsibility for not preventing the shooting, and she charged them with involuntary manslaughter. End quote. I am in no way saying that an active shooter situation should always result in a criminal prosecution against parents, she said, but the facts of this case are so egregious. Um, According to the authorities, when Miss Crumbly was informed by the school that her son was searching on the internet for ammunition, she texted to her son, LOL, laugh out loud. I'm not mad at you. You have to learn not to get caught. Oh man, that's crazy. That's very crazy right there, though, man. Let me just remind people real quick, though, man. For new listeners out there, new listeners and new watchers from the YouTube universe that just came in. Welcome to the show. We are live and direct from StreamYard, YouTube, and of course, alongside myself, is Instagram Live right there. So if you guys want to chime in on topics and stuff like that or whatever, feel free to do that. All right. So there you go. Um On the day of the shooting, school officials told the suspect's parents that they were required to seek counseling for their son. Miss McDonald said the teenager's parents did not want their son to be removed from school that day and did not ask him whether he had the gun with him or searched the backpack he brought with him to the office, Miss McDonald said. The prosecutor added, referring to the note the suspect had written, the notion that a parent could read those words and also know their son had access to a deadly weapon that they gave him is unconscionable, and I think it's criminal. You're damn right it is. The suspect's parents became the subject of an intense manhunt after they failed to show up for their arraignment and apparently left town days after the shooting. The two were taken into custody in Detroit and have been held in the same jail facility as their son, Oakland County, Michigan, with each of the three in isolation. Now, Oakland, I know many of you probably are familiar with, is in California, but this is a different Oakland, which is in Detroit, folks. So don't get it confused. Um, anyway, what repercussions has the school faced? So the school's response to Ethan Crumbley's behavior before the shooting have come under a microscope. In particular, the decision by guidance counselors to send him back to class after a teacher observed his violent drawings. His belongings were not searched for a weapon. In a letter to parents and staff members, Tim Throne, the school district superintendent, said that the district would seek an outside party to investigate the shootings. The first legal actions were taken against the school were the parents of two sisters who survived the shooting filed a lawsuit in federal court on December 9th against the school district and its officials, including the superintendent, principal, dean of students, two guidance counselors, and two teachers. The lawsuit claims constitutional violations under the 14th Amendment and violations under Michigan state law because the teenagers had a clearly established right to be free from danger. The lawsuit states that school staff members acted in reckless disregard for the victim's safety. Asked if her office was looking into the conduct of school officials, Karen and McDonald, the prosecutor said the investigation is ongoing. Catherine J. Ross, a law professor at George Washington University and an expert on students' rights, says she found the school's reaction truly astounding. The school officials have defended their actions. At no time did counselors believe the student might harm others based on his behavior, responses, and demeanor, which appeared calm, Mr. Throne said. Well, that's no excuse. Um, but Miss McDonald suggested there were unanswered questions when asked whether the school staff should have reported Mr. Crumley right away to law enforcement. She said any individual who had the opportunity to stop this tragedy should have done so. The question is, what did they know and when did they know about it? Um, look, man, Look, man, I'm actually glad that all three of these fucking idiots are actually in behind bars right now. Because the very last thing you don't want is to actually, have more harm done to other people, not just the students, but other people outside the school. So this is um a relief that they are just behind a jail cell right now. And speaking of stupid, we got another stupid issue, and but this one is a little different. This is regarding the change of the fucking place, which we call the Staples Center. Okay, the Staples Center. Okay, of course, everybody knows it's actually the place where basketball players usually play. But then you got the nerve to actually change the name to crypto.com arena. Are you fucking serious? Really? Okay. The iconic Staples Center in Los Angeles was changed its name to the crypto.com arena this Christmas, which I find it to be fucking dumb. Okay, I find that shit to be fucking dumb, man. Man, I just find that shit to be done dumb. You know what I mean? Um, anyway, yeah, marketing the end of an era for the stadium and becoming perhaps the latest signpost of cryptocurrency's push toward the mainstream. The name change is recognizing these technologies will be at the forefront of powering the future of culture, creativity, and entertainment in Los Angeles stadium operators said in a statement Wednesday as cryptocurrency trading has surged among individual investors throughout the pandemic. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I got so much to say on this shit though, man. Don't you worry, man. I'm going to actually go on a rant on this shit though, man. Um, so the 20,000 seat venue has been called the Staples Center after this office supply chain since opening its doors in 1999. The venue has gained national prominence after hosting major events such as the 2000 Democratic National Convention, 19 19 of the last 21 Grammy Award shows and concerts from global superstars, including Beyonce and Taylor Swift. It is also home to the NBA's Los Angeles Lakers and Clippers, as well as the NHL's Los Angeles Kings and the WNBA's Los Angeles Sparks. Details on how much crypto.com, a Singapore based crypto trading platform and non fungible token marketplace. Oh, gosh. For paid for its new namesake stadium in Los Angeles were not released. The deal was brokered by sports and live entertainment giant AE Global Partnerships, which owns and operates the arena. Starting on Christmas Day, when the Lakers host the Brooklyn Nets, the stadium will unveil its new logo and internal signage. All external signage will be replaced by June. Known as the creative capital of the world, the city of Los Angeles and the people who call it home have always been pioneers, pushing the boundaries and innovating as the undeniable global leaders of culture and entertainment. Crypto.com co founder and CEO Chris Mars said in a statement Wednesday, "We're very excited about partnering with AEG and investing long term in the city, starting with Crypto.com Arena, which is so fucking dumb. In the heart of downtown and using our platform in new and creative ways so that cryptocurrency can power the future of world class sports, entertainment, and technology for fans in Los Angeles and around the world. Oh my gosh. Um, Crypto.com also recently added at the Matt Damon as a spokesperson as it seeks to ramp up brand recognition in the US. This partnership represents the fastest growing cryptocurrency platform and the biggest sports and live entertainment company in the world, converging to drive the future of sports and live entertainment, said Todd Goldstein, the chief revenue officer at AEG. Goldstein added that it marks an exciting new chapter in the history of our company and our respective industries. The name change echoes trends seen everywhere in the US as earlier this year, Venmo and PayPal announced they would start letting users buy and sell crypto on their apps. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, folks. And I will tell you why this shit sounds very dumb. The reason why it's so fucking dumb is because y- like come on, man. Really? Like, you really want to fucking change the name from Staples Center to something very, very fucking corny like macaroni to crypto.com. What does crypto.com got to do with a sports stadium? You know what I'm saying? That shit is so fucking crazy to me, man. Yo, when I heard about this shit, I just had to talk about it though, man, on this podcast. Okay, this is so fucking ridiculous, man. And I want people that's watching on Instagram Live to actually chime in. Do you think that the name change of the Staples Center to crypto.com is a bad idea? I'm going to make a post. I'm going to post the question on the show's page on Instagram, and I want you guys to actually answer this question. Do you think it is a good idea to change the name of the stadium from Staples Center to crypto.com? Okay, I find it to be so fucking dumb. It's a website. What does the website got to do with the fucking sports center? Like, come on, somebody fucking help me, man. Somebody fucking help me. Like, I'm not understanding this shit. Somebody fucking help me, man. And how does that shit make any sense, man? Man, 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 I tell you, man, they just do anything to just make money, man. For real, for real. They'll do anything to make some money and shit. Oh, Lord, oh, Lord. Please help me get through this damn episode. Um, okay. Um, I like to talk about this subject that's kind of hit my attention actually. And this is about the pros and cons of online grocery shopping, I guess. Um, which is basically the delivery apps actually. So let's talk about this. Sorry. So let's see. Um, is online grocery delivery is is it worth it? Online grocery shopping is more popular than ever, which isn't a surprise given the rise of convenience-based apps and the gig economy. But is shopping for food online all it's made out to be? Like anything else, you must decide for yourself whether the pros outweigh the cons. Some of the features of online grocery delivery are as follows. So number one, you can order your groceries anytime 24/7. Number two, delivery is to your kitchen or local mall locker. can can choose a 1 or 2 hour time slot for convenience. Stores send best quality and freshness to minimize complaints. Number five, you can avoid the hassle of crowds and parking queues. Number six, get the best prices. Browse offers online at your leisure. Staying on budget is easier. How to shop online. Shopping via the internet. So here's the pros. Here we go. The big advantage of ordering groceries online is that you can browse the virtual shopping aisles 24/7 without leaving the comfort of your sofa. Many sites have online chat facilities that allow you to interact with a real person so that you can sort out any ordering problems immediately. I use this food shopping app to help me get the best online experience. The cons is some grocery store websites are poorly designed, and finding a specific item is not always easy. However, stores are responding to consumer feedback and websites are improving. Convenient home delivery. Here's the pros and the cons. Okay, here's the pros first. Most online grocery stores offer either same day delivery or a choice of 1 or 2 hour day, no 2 hour next day delivery slots to be exact. Um, this is great for busy people who don't want to have to stay in for hours waiting for delivery. Cons: convenience comes at a price. Demands Demand for home delivery and click and collect has rocketed. The pandemic has made us reluctant to do our grocery shopping in person. Stores have increased delivery charges as a result. A few still offer free delivery, but the quid pro quo is large minimum order size. Pickup and delivery slots. So, pros: online ordering usually gives you options of either home delivery, mall locker, or click and collect store collection. Most stores specify a 2 hour time slot for your delivery or collection and may narrow it down to just 1 hour. This makes the service very convenient. With an 18-hour window, 18-hour delivery window to choose from, 7 days a week, you can easily fit your grocery shopping around your other commitments. Cons. Um, Delivery charges may be higher for the most no the more popular delivery slots. For example, on a Friday or Saturday for major public holidays like Christmas or New Year, delivery slots can get booked up several months in advance. You can avoid excessive delivery charges by booking early and planning your shopping spend weeks ahead. No queuing or parking hassles. The pros: shopping online means no queuing at the checkout to pay, no parking hassles as you search for a space in the shopping mall, car, park, and no negotiating the in-store crowds if you have to shop at peak times. Cons: internet shopping minimizes human contact with store staff or other customers. You may prefer this, but for others, this will increase feelings of isolation. Um, yes and no. Let me say this though, man. Um, let me just say this. Yes and no, actually. And I say yes because with the whole fucking slam that's going on, we actually dealing with another fucking variant called the Omicron, which I'll probably discuss that in the next future episode. And it's fucking crazy right now. And shopping online sometimes is a lot easier. You know what I'm saying? But the downside to shopping online sometimes can really mean the isolation the isolation of things and shit like that. As far as grocery shopping, there's you know shopping for clothes, sneakers, and stuff like that. But it's like it's just a difficult challenge sometimes, though. You know what I'm saying? Um, and I feel that, well, this slamdemic is not gonna go away anytime soon. So, we have a long way to go. A long, 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 long way to go right there, man. Eh, so yeah. Um, okay. So let's talk yeah, let's talk about Spotify. Yeah, and I say Spotify is on a roll, which is the name of the episode, by the way. So, so check this out. So this is from Deadline. So Spotify has launched a Netflix hub with soundtracks, playlists, podcasts, and exclusive content related to programming on the streaming video service. The hub is accessible to both free and premium Spotify subscribers in the US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, the UK, Ireland, and India. Spotify has 381 million monthly active users and 172 million, million subscribers in 184 global markets. Netflix, the leader in streaming video, has about 214 million subscribers. The hub is seen as a joint promotional initiative and did not involve any money changing hands between the companies which have collaborated in the past. End quote. Um, hold on. It's clear that after the credits roll, viewers are left wanting even more, and they come to Spotify to hear it. The audio streamer said in announcing the hub, within 2 weeks of the premiere of Squid Game on Netflix earlier this fall, Spotify said listeners to its service had made more than 22,500 unique theme playlists dedicated to the show. In addition to playlists tied to popular films and series, there are executives like an enhanced album experience tied to action, western, the harder they fall. Jay-Z hosts a behind the scenes look at the film's soundtrack and exclusive material from artists like Kid Cudi, Coffee, and Lauren Hill. Oh man, the woman that's always late. Oh shit. Also, as the second part of the final season of La Casa de PayPal, of course, Money Heist, arrives new cast videos and a playlist with tracks from the final episodes is appearing on the hub, along with a quiz based on the show's characters. Major streaming services, Spotify and Apple Music, have generally backed off their drive to win exclusive rights to music, which has been a change from the battles of past years. Podcasts have become a new battleground, though, and Spotify is investing heavily in a portfolio of its own shows. The Netflix hub doesn't offer a great amount of exclusive fare out of the gate, but it will be a space to keep watching, and Spotify said it will be adding new content in the months to come. Some of the major new entrants in video streaming, among them HBO Max, have talked of uniting video and audio programming in a single offering, but those streamlined plans have not yet to come into fruition. Um, yeah, Yeah, so all this is gonna be like a fucking wait and see, man. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna be, and this is actually a good thing, actually. Yeah. So this is more of a wait and see. I'm probably gonna, if anything comes up as far as new information on Spotify and their partnership of Netflix and stuff, I'll try to give an update if there's any new information. So basically, it's a good thing. Speaking of HBO Max, of course, many of you may know, m- m- many of you knew that DMX passed away, but there's also a documentary about him. So, so this is according to Billboard. So HBO's DMX doc provides a turbulent snapshot into late rapper's final year on the road. So this is on HBO Max. Okay, here we go. About 45 minutes into HBO's DMX Don't Try to Understand. Come on, man. Yeah, yeah. DMX Don't Try to Understand documentary. Darkman X lets his life's purpose be known. And end quote. To be an inspiration to someone that I don't know. 74 million records later, and even following his tragic passing at the age of 50 on April 9th. DMX is still a beacon of hope to those he doesn't know. Um, Director Christopher Fearson and a film crew followed DMX, born Earl Simmons, for about a year from the second he stepped out of a West Virginia prison on a snowy day in January 2019 after serving a year behind bars on federal tax evasion charges. Um, Hold on a second, folks. I don't know why my damn tablet is freezing up. Okay, here we go. The COVID-19 pandemic, aka Slamdemic, halted the film's momentum once the 2020 Tribeca Film Festival was postponed. It wasn't until around Christmas when HBO slash The Ringer stepped in to pick up the film and add it to their music box series. Executive produced by Bill Simmons, the series boasts a diverse lineup of films surrounding the late Juice World, saxophonist Kenny G, Alanis Morissette, and 99 Woodstock. Fearson insisted on the film remaining the same even after DMS's death to provide the audience with an authentic snapshot of what would be his second to last year of life and last year on the road. I was like, nothing, we don't do anything. The Michigan native tells Billboard, in quote, the intent of the project is a time capsule and a snapshot of a man's life. In that period of life, we see all these different thematic things. You don't need to see, oh, then he dies. He is who he is, and he's raw and unapologetic. Being on the road with X, Frierson, a former Mass Appeal employee, explains he went to more Subways, Dave and Buster's, and Texas roadhouses than he's willing to admit. DMX would trade having a VIP table at Marquee for a gritty dive bar with a decent pool table where he can hide in plain sight any night. Don't Try to Understand takes viewers on a thrilling roller coaster ride featuring euphoric highs and depressing lows through the growling underdog to grand champ story of DMX. There are heartwarming moments shown when the Yonkers legend is in his element performing, reconnecting his with his eldest son Xavier and visiting his old stomping grounds of School Street. and Andrus Orchard School to speak with kids. On the flip side, there are demoralizing scenes where DMX would go missing for 4 days at a time, and the film crew was left scrambling while X battled his own demons and trauma that have been present throughout his decorated career. Darkman X represents the apex of authenticity in hip hop. X wore his heart on his sleeve and didn't sacrifice an ounce of integrity while becoming a global icon. His vulnerability while pulling trauma from the depths of his soul, willingness to lyrically decapitate anyone standing in his way, and love of the sport rather than the fame that came with rapping endeared him to his die-hard fan base and all qualities seemingly going extinct in hip-hop's current mainstream landscape. Stay with me, folks, as I actually take a drink. All right. Okay. End quote. And it ain't even about the dough. It's about getting down for what you stand for, yo. DMX raps on 2003's X Gonna Give It to You, which was featured in the Exit Wound soundtrack. A code he still lived by decades later when signing his 2019 deal with Def Jam, a label um um Liar Cohen credited DMX with saving in the late 90s. He was uninterested in hearing the terms of his contract and was ready to ink it the second he stepped into the Def Jam offices. That's what Earl is, Frierson adds. In the deck, I wrote the realest motherfucker out. You can't really separate the two. The DMX persona in some way is a character and him at his most real and most honest. Maybe Darkman X is a pure manifestation of releasing trauma. You can watch DMX Don't Try to Understand is now available to stream on HBO Max here. All right. So it's on HBO Max right now. And if you haven't seen the trailer, it's on YouTube. So, you know what I mean? And let's see what else to talk about here. What else should we talk about here? Oh, we haven't talked about we haven't heard any particular updates in regards to the whole Black Panther thing and how they're gonna actually go through with the movie and stuff. So when I heard this story, with Chadwick Boseman's brother, right? And let's get into this, man. Since Black Panther premiered in February 2018, fans have been clamoring for a sequel. In 2022, they'll finally get their wish. Few details have emerged about Black Panther Wakanda Forever, but it is clear that it's going to be very different than the first film. After Chadwick Boseman died of colon cancer at age 43 in August 2020, the filmmakers had to rethink how a sequel would work without his character T'Challa. In December 2020, Disney announced that a new actor would not be hired to fill the role, adding that the new movie would focus on other characters within the world of Wakanda, the fictional African country where T'Challa was king. Honoring Chadwick Boseman's legacy and portrayal of T'Challa at Marvel Studios will not recast the character, but will explore the world of Wakanda and the rich characters introduced in the first film, the company tweeted. Marvel executive Vittorio Alonso has also said the studio has no plans to digitally recreate Boseman's image for the film. Um, there's only one Chaz. There's only one Chadwick, and he's not with us. She told Argentinian outlet Clarin in November 2020. Our king, unfortunately, has died in real life, not just in fiction. And we are taking time to see how we continue the story and what we do to honor his chapter of what has happened to us that was so unexpected, so painful, so terrible, really. Ryan Coogler, who signed, hang on a minute, yeah, who signed to on to write and direct the sequel after directing the co-writing the first, thinks Boseman would want everyone involved in the franchise to press on without him. I know Chad would have wanted us to stop. He told the Hollywood Reporter in March 2021. He was somebody who was so about the collective. Black Panther, that was his movie. He was hired to play that role before anybody else was even thought of, before I was hired, before any of the actresses were hired. Lupita, who played Nakia in the first film, agreed with the director. It's going to be different, of course, without our king to go back into that world. But I know that all of us are dedicated to reimagining or carrying on his legacy in this new Black Panther. The Oscar winner said during a March 2021 appearance on Good Morning America, and Ryan Coogler has some really exciting ideas that I look forward to bringing to life with the rest of the family. Okay. Who's in it? Marvel has stayed mum about who's actually confirmed to return, but Nyong'o, Angela Bassett, Winston Duke, Martin Freeman, Letitia Wright, Daniel Kaluuya, um, Florence Kasumba, and Denai Guerrera are all expected to reprise their roles from the first film. Tanak um, Hirota is also rumored to be joining the cast as Namor the Submariner, a Marvel character who first appeared all the way back in 1939. When does it come out? This part at least is confirmed, though it has moved several times in the wake of the pandemic, aka the Slamdemic, and Boseman's death. Um, After initially being set for May 2022 and moving to the following July. Um, Hang on a second. Hang on a minute here. Yeah, hang on a minute here. Um, Give me a second, folks. Give me a second. Um, Wait, where did I even leave off? Wait a minute. Yes, here we go. Um, okay, so what is it about, you ask? Let's see. I don't know what the hell's going on here. Hmm. All right. Man, I figure out where. All right, hold on, folks. Apparently, I'm having a little technical difficulty. Um, I'm having a little bit of technical difficulty here with the tablet I'm using. Okay, here we go. Where was I? Wait a minute here. Wait a minute here. Not exactly what I had in mind. Anyway, let me figure out where I left off here. I'm sorry, folks. It's been like a mix up here. Um, there's been like a mix up here. Hold on a sec. Um, all right. Let's see. Um, Not even the cash. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hang on a minute here. It's not even where I left off. Man, I was not expecting this, but just give me a sec, folks. Um, um, all right, all right, all right, all right. Okay, so let's see. Let me see. Yeah, I'm sorry. I ain't know. Oh man. All right, cool. There we go. Um, yeah, let me okay, hold on. Yeah, man. Yeah, okay. So when does it come out? This part at least is confirmed, though it has moved several times in the wake of this pandemic, aka slandemic, and Bozeman's death. After initially being set for May 2022 and moving to the following July, the date was once again shifted to in October 2021. The second film will now premiere in theaters on November 11th, 2022. Production began in Atlanta in June 2021. Okay, so what is it about, you ask? Not even the cast knows the answer to this one. In May 2021 interview with James Corden Freeman, who plays CIA agent Everett K. Ross, said that his conversations with Cooler have done little to illuminate the movie's plot. He sort of meticulously took me through all of my characters' beats in the film, the Sherlock alum explained. He took me through the film, but incorporating my characters' beats. Some of it was very odd, and I think he could see from the reaction on my face to some of the things he was saying. He kept sort of stopping and he kept going. Stay with me, but this is going to work. I mean, we've not done it yet. Who knows? We might make it awful, but I'm hoping we won't. I hope people will be in for a treat. As Marvel's fans know, the mantle of Black Panther gets passed down through generations, so it's likely that someone else will take on the title in Wakanda Forever. T'Challa's sister Shuri eventually became Black Panther and Queen of Wakanda in the comic books, so her journey is certainly a possibility for the sequel's plot. I don't know what it's going to look like at all. Bassett, who plays T'Challa's mother, Ramonda, told Entertainment Tonight of the movie in July 2021. There have been about 5 incarnations of the script, and I hear another one's coming. How will it handle Chadwick Boseman's death? The se- this is a secret too, but Marvel President Kevin Feige has implied it will honor him in some way. It's very clear. It's clearly very emotional without Chad, he told Variety in June 2021. But everyone is also very excited to bring the world of Wakanda back to the public and back to the fans. We're going to do it in a way that would make Chad proud. Bassett agreed, telling ET that things were shifted and changed following Boseman's death. Thankfully, Ryan and screenwriter Robert Cole, they are just such masterful storytellers that they've found a way into this world, and hopefully it will be satisfying. I think for the fans, and it will be honorable of our Chad. We love our king. Who else from Marvel is involved? No cameos have been confirmed, but Anthony Mackie is ready to suit up as the Falcon if anyone asks him. I do have a Wakanda visa, so I can go to Wakanda as much as I want. The actor joked to ET in May 2021, in quote, I have a passport and a Wakanda visa, and I'm vaccinated, so I can go to Wakanda. And as for Michael B. Jordan, Jordan's character Killmonger seemingly died at the end of the first movie, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything in the Marvel movie. If the writers find a way to bring him back, he said he would be happy to return. Asked to rate the likelihood of a Killmonger resurrection on a scale of 1 to 10, the actor settled on a 2. I didn't want to go 0, he said during an April 2021 interview on the Jess Cagle show. Never say never. I can't predict the future. Um, so Riri, wait a second. Riri is coming. In August 2021, Feige revealed that Dominic Thorne will appear in the film as Riri Williams, aka Ironheart, before she had launched the Disney Plus series Ironheart. We're shooting Black Panther Wakanda Forever right now. And the character of Riri Williams you will meet in Black Panther 2 first, he told comicbook.com. She started shooting, I think, this week before her Ironheart series. Angela Bassett offers an update on Letitia Wright's health. In August 2021, Wright sustained minor injuries while filming a stunt on the Boston set of Black Panther Wakanda Forever. At the time, a Disney spokesperson said in a statement that the Marvel actress was receiving care in a local hospital and is expected to be released soon. But the extent of her injuries were not disclosed. At the 2021 Emmy Awards, Bassett, who plays Wright's on screen mother, shared an update on the young actress' status after reportedly injuring herself on a stunt rig. She had a little bit of a fail, but it's not too bad. The 911 actress told Entertainment Tonight, anything like that will shake you up. She's just a little slight, little petite thing. She is fine and ready to go. Bassett is also ready to get back into character and honor the film's late star Boseman. Every day is just a testament and a love fest for our dear Boseman, she told ET. So the production shut down. The superhero sequel temporarily shut down production in November 2021 so that Wright could heal from an earlier onset injury, according to the Hollywood Reporter. Letitia has been recovering in London since September from injuries sustained on the set of Black Panther 2, and is looking forward to returning to work early 2022. A representative for Wright said in a statement to the publication, Letitia kindly asked that you keep her in your prayers. The Sing 2 actress was involved in a stunt related accident in August 2021 of this year. At the same time, Marvel Studios said it would not impact the film's shooting schedule. The recast debate. Producer Nate Moore confirmed in November 2021 that T'Challa will not be recast, nor will a computer generated version of Boseman play the Wakandan king after his death. We just couldn't do it. The producer said on Ringerverse podcast. When Chad passed, it was a real conversation we had with director Ryan Coogler about what do we do. And it was a fast conversation, Moore said. I think we all feel so much of T'Challa in the MCU on the screen, not in the comics. It's tied to Chadwick's performance. Is what he brought to that role, both on and off screen. However, Boseman's brother Derek wants the role recast. He told TMZ in December 2021, which is what we in right now. Um, while the actor never explicitly expressed his wishes before his death, Derek believes that Chadwick would want T'Challa's story to continue. Um, yeah. Let me go to yeah, his brother even chimed in too. Hold on. Yeah, his brother even chimed in. His brother chimed in. I think. Yeah, his brother chimed in. I forgot all about that. Um. Okay. Um. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Hold on a minute. His brother. Let me just go to. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna talk about his brother. Chadwick's brother talked about the recast. Hold on, man. The recast. The recasting of T'Challa. Okay, hold on. We're gonna actually get into this. Um, so basically, um, all right. So Black Panther fans have spoken, saying Chadwick Boseman's beloved character should be recast going forward, and believe it or not, the man's own brother concurs. CB's bro Derek Boseman tells TMZ yes, he does think T'Challa needs to live on in the Black Panther franchise. And if that means tapping another actor to portray the King of Wakanda, the role Chadwick made famous and legendary, then so be it. Here's the thing Derek tells us he believes his sibling would have wanted with this too, explaining Chadwick thought T'Challa was bigger than just himself as one guy. Frankly, Derek says Chadwick knew the power of the character and the positive influence it carries. Derek says there's so much power in seeing a black king, especially in a superhero capacity, like in the Marvel flick, which has a huge impact on African American youth. DB tells us with Marvel killing off that character so quickly in the wake of Chadwick's death, they're kind of depriving black kids of a role. As you know, there's a major push among fans to hashtag recast T'Challa amid all the speculated drama with Letitia Wright. Derek says there aren't a whole lot of positive influences for young black children these days. He thinks hip hop glorifies certain social ills, and Marvel has a chance to counteract that by bringing back T'Challa, who he sees as a symbol of black people's potential. The guy speaks from experience, telling us his own nephew has told the family he wants to be a scientist and cites Black Panther as his inspiration. He does note Chadwick never explicitly expressed his wishes before his death about what should happen with the character, but Derek sure his bro would agree T'Challa should live on in the MCU. Yeah, yeah. I mean, we actually talked about this months ago, right? After after the passing of Chadwick Boseman, um months ago, after the launch of this podcast. And you know, and I basically said it's not about replacing the person. You have to differentiate the actor who's playing a character which is fictional versus a human being, because they're not the same they're not the same they're not the same individual. They're two different individuals. And I have to agree with his brother. Like, you guys already have a date, November 2022, November 11th, 2022, or whatever date it is. So you can't delay it for too long, because the more you delay the shit, the harder you're gonna be to make back all the money for studios and stuff like that, as far as the budget and stuff. So you can't keep delaying the shit over and over, man. Like, come on. A lot of people have been waiting for the sequel to come out and shit. So we're going to wait for next year, 2022. And I can't wait to actually look forward into watching it. So I'm actually glad that his brother talked about this on TMZ, to basically say that, the character T'Challa should actually live on as far as his storyline. And if it means getting a different actor to do this, to play T'Challa, then so be it. And you know what I'm saying? And and Chadwick Boseman is a great actor. Everybody knows he's a great actor and stuff like that, right? But he's not the only person that could play that character. You have other people that actually are gonna actually, try to actually play T'Challa as far as the storyline goes. So you have to look at the bigger picture here. This is not about replacing him. This is about continuing T'Challa's storyline in the franchise of Black Panther. You know what I'm saying? And that's basically my take on it. I'm actually proud that he actually spoke about it. And yes, it is actually a good thing to recast him, because you have to. You don't have a choice. It's already been a year already. So thank goodness that the movie is happening. So a round of applause for Chadwick's brother for speaking on this issue right here. And our last topic of the night has to do with Dr. Dre. Now, I did find out something, and this is crazy that he didn't even know that he didn't even know that his music was gonna be played on the Grand Theft Auto games and stuff like that. So this is what's happened here. And this is according to Hip Hop DX right here. So let's get into this. Um Rockstar Games announced a blockbuster partnership with Dr. Dre last week as part of the latest and arguably most exciting update to Grand Theft Auto Online. Out Wednesday, December 15th, GTA Online, the contract boasts an in-game appearance from Dr. Dre, as well as a slew of exclusive new music from the legendary producer, including collaborations with Eminem, Snoop Dogg, Busta Rhymes, Rick Ross, Anderson Paak, Ty Dolla $ign, and the late Nipsey Hussle. Um, so despite playing a major part in the game's latest expansion, Dr. Dre was clueless about Grand Theft Auto prior to his partnership with the iconic video game franchise. That's according to fellow West Coast hip hop production veteran DJ Pooh, who spoke to Rolling Stone for a story about how the contract came about. Dre had no idea what Grand Theft Auto was about because he's not a gamer at all, he said. He never played them, considering he was 32 years old when the first Grand Theft Auto title hit shows. Not to mention his laser focused dedication to his craft. It isn't too surprising to learn Dre was unfamiliar with GTA. It wasn't until a couple years ago when DJ Pooh, a longtime friend and collaborator of the Doctor, brought PlayStation consoles and a copy of the game to Dre's house that the Aftermath founder finally caught the GTA bug. He was blown away by how deep you can get into the whole thing, Pooh added. He's like, oh shit. After Rockstar Games approached Dr. Dre about a collaboration and Dre started firing demos over, the video game publisher kitted him out with a motion capture suit to bring his virtual self into Los Santos. Rockstar even built an entire studio set up for Dre, complete with one of his favorite consoles in order to capture him in his natural environment. We spoke to someone who's worked with him before who was able to source one of us, and we brought in at least the major components that he would use. Rob Nelson, the co-studio head of Rockstar North, told Rolling Stone. For performance capture, you have to recreate the environment that the character would be in the world, so they are interacting with all the right touch points. Alexander, no, excuse me, available on Xbox, on PlayStation, and PC. Grand Theft Auto Online, the contract promises a wild and hilarious ride through Los Santos with Dr. Dre at the heart of it. The expansion puts players back into Franklin Clinton's shoes. Now the head of Celebrity Solutions Agency, as he attempts to retrieve Dre's stolen phone, which contains new unreleased music. This exclusive in-game material includes gospel featuring featuring Eminem, ETA, featuring Snoop Dogg, Busta Rhymes, and Anderson Paak, Diamond Mine with Nipsey Hussle and Ty Dolla Sign, and Rick Ross and Anderson Paak assisted the scenic route. There are also a pair of brand new Dre Soul songs, including Falling Up and Black Privilege. Meanwhile, several Dr. Dre classics have been added to the in-game radio station West Coast Classics as part of a Dre Day tribute hosted by DJ Pooh. How in the hell you had no idea that you were going to be featured in the Grand Theft Auto game online? Like, how do you not know that? And you say you haven't played it, but your unreleased music is gonna be in it. Like, come on, man. Glad that DJ Pooh spoke about this shit too, man. Actually, man. But it's kind of crazy though, man, in a way. um, so oh man. Let's just let's just say, oh man. This is gonna be like a wait and see, folks, man. But I don't know what the release date for the online game is, so I would have to look into that probably after this show right here. So anyway, man. Anyway, I think that's it for the last topic. I want to go to another topic right here. Um, I want to go to another segment right here, and this is pertaining and this is pertaining to a phone app, that I came across with on Instagram, and they have a Instagram account called Black Podcasting. So Black Podcasting is going to be our segment, part of a segment called Black Owned Shout Out Trendsetters. Let's make some noise for that, shall we? And for those of you who may not know what Black Podcasting is, I'll fill you in on this though. All right, here we go. So this is from 2 months ago, actually. So I'm just gonna actually get into the whole jizz of it. So, Black Podcasting LLC has launched the Black Podcasting app as the central destination for a wide array of podcasts celebrating African American culture and topics of interest. Our mission is to make it easy for people to discover, connect, and to engage with thousands of high quality Black podcasters, says Black Podcasting LLC CEO Mike Chandler. Our goal is to become the largest gathering of Black podcasters in the world. We are creating a non-exclusive directory of African American and urban oriented podcasters. Whether the podcast has 500 followers or 500,000 followers, this is the central hub to find them, and it's absolutely free. On the app, listeners can hear everything from the NBC nightly news with Lester Holt, to Red Table Talk with Jada Pickett Smith. There's also access to former First Lady Michelle Obama's popular Higher Ground podcast, Steve Harvey Morning Show, the Black Girl podcast, The Breakfast Club, and The Big Podcast with Shaq, among many others. The thousands of podcast episodes are categorized under headlines such as business, fitness, relationships, religion, society and culture, sports, technology, etc. The Black Podcasting app also features music channels where listeners can hear R&B, hip hop, classic soul, and gospel music within the app. The Black Podcasting app is available in the App Store, Google Play, and the website. Of course, you can check out the website. I'll get to the website in this. Yeah, www.blackpodcasting.com. About Black Podcasting LLC is 100% minority owned and operated company. The president and CEO is Mike Chandler, a veteran broadcaster and CEO of the syndicated radio network Rejoice Musical Soul Food. Chandler and his business partners expect to broaden their reach into the urban marketplace with the innovative new app that is currently available in the App Store, Google Play, and of course their website. Their website is www.blackpodcasting.com. You can follow them on Facebook, and you can follow them on Instagram as well. And of course, if you would, and of course, you could if you would like to actually submit a podcast, actually, you could go to their website, which is www.blackpodcasting.com. You go to the section where it says let me get this right. Hold on a sec. Yeah, let me get this right. Um Hang on a sec, folks. I want to actually get the right information so I could guide you to this. So let's get into I'm gonna get into their website right here. So here we go. Um so if you want to submit a podcast to Black Pod, if you'd like to submit a podcast, you would have to go to the section on the Black Podcasting website, and it's going to say submit podcast. All right. When you click on submit podcast, all you need to do is you put your name, your email, the email of your show or your personal email, the podcast name, the category, the podcast RSS URL link, the podcast publisher, whatever that is. If you go to the podcast publisher, it's gonna have some hosting sites depending on which one you're using. If you like, there's a list of hosting sites, which is Libsyn, Blue Blueberry, Buzzsprout, Simplecast, Anchor, which is one of the hosting sites that I use. Of course, Anchor FM.fm. And there's iTunes, there's Megaphone, there's Spreaker, and I think that's about it. So that's how you submit a podcast, folks. You go to the website www.blackpodcasting.com. You go to the section in the page that says submit podcast. All right. And that was your Black owned shout out trendsetter segment. And that was Black Podcasting. So there you have it. Okay, so I think we're good. I think we're good right here. Let me see. I think we're good right here, actually. If you will. Yeah, we're good. So let me just put myself on screen. Let me just put myself on screen real quick. All right. Okay. All right. I think that's gonna do it for this show right here, man. Listen, if you like what you heard in today's show, whatsoever, in previous episodes and today's episode, you can show some love by making a charitable donation to my Cash App, which is $ G Money Stacks 555. That's $ capital G, lowercase MONEY, capital S, lowercase TACKZ 555. It's not about breaking the bank. It's all about doing what you can and whatever amount you are comfortable with. Whatever amount you decide to choose will be appreciated. All right. So there you have it. And of course, speaking of appreciation, you can follow the show Off the Meat Rack Chainz New York podcast on Facebook and Instagram, alongside with my other shows, which is Excellent Fun Vibrant Podcast, the Sports Edition show, and my review show, Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast, alongside with my personal gram handle, which is G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York. And also you can follow me on 17 Live at G Money Stacks Queens, New York. All right, so I think we're gonna go to another section right here called Stream Choices on the Go. All right. And this is about where you can actually check out where you can listen to the shows, episodes, and stuff like that. So what we're gonna do is I'm actually gonna set this up right here. Now, if you are on either my personal primary page, which is G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York, or the show's page Off the Meat Rack Chainz New York podcast, you're gonna see a link. You're gonna see a link that says you're gonna see a link that says Linktree / G Money Stacks 555. Now, what you want to do is click on it. And when you click on it, it's going to take you to a whole list of audio streaming platforms where you can listen and stream the episodes whatsoever. So here we go. First and foremost, we are on Anchor. Audacity, Audible, Audio Burst. We are on Amazon Music, Breaker, Castbox FM, Deezer, Listen Notes, Player FM, Pocket Cast, Podcast Addict. We are on Podbay, Podfriend, Podopolo. We are on Podorama, of course, Podchaser. And don't forget to leave a 5-star rating and two of the links, which is Podchaser and Podfriend. And you can leave a rating on Spot. You can leave a 5-star rating on Spotify too. I just found that they featured this shit today, actually. Um, Also, we are on Reason FM. We are on Spotify. We are on Stitcher, TuneIn, and don't forget to listen to Off the Meat Rat Chainz New York podcast on Google Podcasts, Radio Public, iHeartRadio, the number one app for music, radio, and podcasts. And last but not least, the YouTube. What are you waiting for? Go grab the subscribe button on the YouTube channel page, G Money Stacks 555, where you can listen and watch the episodes on there on the channel's page. So make sure you enable alerts alongside with the notification bell so you can be reminded when the show goes in the air via live stream. Make sure you leave a like and a comment. Don't forget to rate. Don't forget to download your favorite episodes. Stay tuned for more video content, upcoming episodes, previous episodes. Don't forget to share the videos, share the episodes, tell a friend to another friend, spread the word, and of course, share the podcast along with the audio streaming platforms with the link that says linktree/GMoneyStacks555 with your friends. All right. Now, like I always say at the end of the show, listen, make sure you reach out to your loved ones, like your husbands, your wives, your girlfriends, your boyfriends, your friends, anybody that you know that you care for and you love actually. Those individuals might be fine on the outside, but on the inside, they are not. They might be going through something very scary, something traumatic, and all that other stuff that's kind of difficult to talk about and stuff like that. But this is why I bring the mental health check-in as a segment, because it's about your well-being and how you are feeling on the inside. Because at the end of the day, you don't have to wait for Mental Health Awareness Month, which is in May of each year, and Mental Health Day every year as well. Um, so it's all about taking a risk. You don't have to put a time frame on when to reach out to a person and stuff like that, though, man. You know what I'm saying? It's all about following your instincts, your soul, your mind, and your heart. You know what I mean? Um, and yeah, and that's basically my take on the whole mental health thing. Mental health is not a taboo subject, folks. So listen, um, let me give you some free game on how to start a podcast. All right. I actually spoke to somebody earlier on a poker app who wanted to start a podcast, and she said that she's familiar with Anchor, which is the hosting site that I use and stuff like that, to actually, upload the audio from the YouTube channel pages with the link to convert the audio into MP3. Um, what I do is, let me just start with this though, the most important keys that you need to start a podcast. All right. So check this out. The first thing you need is headphones. You also need microphones like this. You also need a laptop or a computer, whichever item you have, that'll help you and your live stream. And my best recommendation to do live streams is StreamYard. Now, for those of you who are interested and have a dream of being a podcaster, like myself, who has 3 podcast shows under my belt, I am going to inform you on some stuff that you need as far as equipment, as far as the software, and as far as the most important thing on how to the important creation tools of where you could actually um let me just fill you in on this shit though, man. So for those of you who may not know what StreamYard is a software program that I use to connect my YouTube channels with, along with the live stream, because what I do is basically, well, I basically set up the what you do is you set up the day and time that you want to schedule your podcast episode recordings, your live streams. What I like about StreamYard is it comes with creation tools for you to actually be able to have talking points with the scrolls that you see roll, rolling across your YouTube screen right here. Of course, you see the name of the show. You see where people put their social media handles, where people can find your shows on audio streaming platforms, which I did already. And of course, the thank you talking points that I have in the story thing, which I will put that in there next. Um Actually, the thing about StreamYard is you can create your own brand. You create your own brand. You create the name of the show that you see right here for your podcast right there on your screen, as an example. And I am going to tap in on the thank you statement, um, indicating my appreciation for the people that listened, and of course, by the way, when it comes to editing, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I actually spoke to somebody and in regards to the whole editing thing, right? Here's the thing about editing. You have to be careful on what you're editing, because you don't want to edit the good parts as far as the hilarious stuff and the hilarious things. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing about that is, like, you get lost in the sauce trying to get into the whole notion of perfectionism. And perfectionism is what sometimes people have a hard time with, as far as, like, and this is where the whole writer's block thing comes in. I'm actually going to do a separate episode on the tips on how to get rid of writer's block. I'm not going to do it here today, so I'm going to continue where I left off with the whole advisement of using StreamYard. All right. So, another thing about StreamYard is you get to send invite links to people, whether it's through email, phone numbers, of course, DMs on Instagram, wherever social media platform you have, and where you follow people and stuff like that. That's pretty much what it is right there, though. And when you see the person that's trying to get in, you tap on the person's screen, and then you invite the person to be part of your live stream. That's how that shit works. And of course, another thing about StreamYard is that, when it comes to your YouTube channel, and if you're late or whatever, they're not gonna hold that against you. And that's why I go with the free version. The free version is a lot easier, so you don't have to worry about paying anything. And you can set up your account All you have to do is put your email address or the podcast email address, and then without a fucking hassle, it'll give you it'll email you the code numbers, so you don't have to worry about trying to scramble for what your password is or whatever case scenario may be. So that's pretty much what it is right there with StreamYard. Um, and like I said, man, if you like more help and guidance on how to start a podcast and the type of software that you need and stuff like that, as far as the live stream and stuff like that, feel free to reach out to me on Instagram, which is G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York. Or you can reach out to the show's page, which is Off the Meat Rack Chains in New York. No, excuse me, Off the Meat Rack Chains New York podcast. That way, I'll be able to answer whatever questions you have, and I'll take a look at it. And of course, I got you back. So there you go on the free game on how to start a podcast. And if you like to know more on how to do that, you can download the Anchor app, or you can check out the website anchor.fm so you can get yourself a head start. And I wish you a happy podcast journey, and I wish you success, and I wish you the best, because the fact of the matter is that you know you're gonna have some blessings coming to you. You're gonna make sure that that you matter, and of course only you matter. You don't have to worry about pleasing people, because it's all about you and what makes you smile. Don't worry about the garbage burgers and the and the online flizzies and all that other shit. So you could imagine them as food like pound cake and cheesecake, and you could just eat them up like this. And yes, that's it for this episode right here. And I know everybody's probably excited about Christmas, which is next week. I know I'm going to be doing a Christmas special episode and stuff like that, but I'm not going to give away any spoilers, folks. So you're going to have to stick around and stay with me on this one. All right? You have to stick around on this one and shit, though. So, you know what I mean? Listen, I'm G Money Stacks. Thank you very much for tuning in and rocking with me on this episode. I do appreciate you very much. I appreciate everybody from all over the world that actually had a chance to listen. And of course, um, you may catch up on the previous episodes and stuff like that. Make sure you turn on your notifications on Instagram, because I'm going to be doing an Instagram live on there to actually do my podcast recordings. All right. Make sure you turn on your notifications. Make sure you do the same for the YouTube pages like G Money Stacks 555, my review show, Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast YouTube channel page, and Excellent Fun Vibrant Podcast Sports Edition show on YouTube. Make sure you tap on the notification bell so you can be informed of when the show goes on. And let me remind you of the schedule. Off the Meat Rat Chains New York podcast recording episodes is Wednesdays, Thursdays at 6 p.m. Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast review show is Mondays, Tuesdays at 6 and Thursdays at 9 p.m., which I'm going to do next. Hopefully today or the day after. I'm not sure, but and Excellent Fun Vibrant Podcast, the Sports Edition show, will be Sundays at 6 p.m. All right. So keep it locked and make sure you turn on your notifications. It's very important. That way you won't miss a fucking beat. All right. That way you can't say that I didn't inform you. All right. So there you have it right there, man. Listen, um, make sure you have your hand sanitizer. Wash your hands with your soap and water. Make sure you have your water and electrolytes alongside with your Gatorade for energy and strength. And of course, be mindful of the people that you are surrounding yourself with by putting on your face covers and stuff. And make sure you actually take care of yourself and each other as far as as far as anything, as far as taking care of yourself, even if it means being even if it means being vaccinated. Don't listen to conspiracy theorists who actually make up stories to actually spew fear and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because all they do is spew alternative facts and misinformation that's very misleading. So, you know what I'm saying? So don't believe the hype is what I'm saying. Anyway, man, G Money Stacks is clocking out and I'm off this shit. So I'll see you next time in the next episode. Be careful out there. And remember, you matter to the fullest. Only you. The only person that can make you happy is you. So basically, just be the best that you could be. Don't worry about being perfect in your YouTube videos and and editing and stuff like that, because perfectionism isn't going to get you anywhere. So it's all about being your authentic self. Don't worry about the fancy shit that you have to put on YouTube like all the other people. Um, I mean, don't compare yourself to other people that's actually, doing all right and stuff. So don't do that to yourself. Because that way you actually gonna stress yourself out and you don't want that. So I'm out of here, man. Peace and one love, and have yourself a good night.